Hi, I'm Angelique, and I'm having a chat with Chavez Allen. Now, you might know him as Pajama Billionaire, the trader, but he has evolved into a bona fide businessman. And he's here to tell me about his latest event and a little bit about his business interests. Chavez, good to talk to you.
Nice to be here.
So, you had an event on the weekend that kind of brought all of your current interests together, both what we know you for in the past and what you're focusing on now. Before I even go into that, do you remember your first profitable trade and how long ago was that?
That was about a decade ago,
Wow.
So it's just amazing to see how things have evolved.
Yes. So 10 years ago, it was, learning trading, becoming profitable, becoming quite successful, building a name for yourself on social media, and now to creating your own prop company.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, what is a prop company and how significant is it that you as a Jamaican now have such a company?
All right. So, prop firm
Prop firm.
prop firm is basically short for proprietary firm, right? Proprietary funding. So
Okay.
what that is basically a company or a sponsor funding individuals that want to actually get into the market, right? So the thing about a lot of newbies that want to get into the market and even experienced persons is that everyone needs funding, right? So these prop firms or funding companies are there to fund traders and give them the opportunity to actually be able to enter the market
Right.
and place trades. As a Jamaican,
Yes.
being the first funding company of its kind on the island and within the region, it's just amazing to be able to do that.
Yes, and it's a remarkable accomplishment because there are so many persons who took on to trading, who began to learn and have, made themselves money, but so much of that is outside of the island in terms of being able to be funded, and those platforms are all foreign. You are now breaking into the market at a different level.
Yeah.
When you think about the ups and downs of your journey, why are you doing
The
this?
thing is, diamonds are made under pressure, right? And all the pressure that I've received over the years just made me into a stronger individual. It allowed me to actually evaluate myself, my surrounding. It allowed me to evaluate what I'm doing and to always ensure that whatever I am doing is fully compliant with both locally and international laws. And I always am a man that is well read. So I try to ensure that I'm always well read. I research the law. I try to engage with, the persons that are qualified,
Yes.
to give me certain advice. And because of that, I've developed a certain level of confidence, and just through trying and through, a lot of failures and the feedback that I've gotten, I've never felt a way about negative feedback.
Yes,
It's
yes.
always a situation where I use it as a learning opportunity to, okay, somebody says that they don't believe in this. Okay, how can I provide social proof for them to actually believe in this? Which is, for example, at the Global Traders Connect event, we ensured that we brought persons that actually received payouts, from the event. They were shocked. We just called them out the crowd and stuff like that, just different people, and we were even asking questions. Who is here
Yes.
that received a payout from the company? And we're just around for about 6 months now, and to see that we've paid out millions of dollars to people is just amazing.
Talk a little bit more about that event on the weekend. I mean, having 300 persons, promoting it in just a month's time, and as you said, bringing almost the full circle of trading to the feet of the Jamaican people through a Jamaican company. Having your social proof. What does that mean for you, and what is next?
All right, so what it means for me is that, you know, things are possible.
Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of us grow up with, family members, friends, or just or community telling us that, we cannot do this or we cannot do that, right? And us being able to totally bring a lot of first world ideas to the island
Yes.
is just an amazing feeling, and just to see the amount of opportunities that we're able to totally provide to people. For example, one of the persons that actually is coming to Dominican Republic this weekend with us for a major event, sold out event that we have there, is a person that has never been on a plane before.
Right.
This is the first opportunity that they're getting to totally be on a plane. and also in terms of the payouts that this person has received as a independent contractor on our platform, because we offer funding and we offer performance evaluation based on the performance of the individual. We fund them or capital, right? So it's strictly performance based. They get a contract, they can go, they can do business and stuff like that, right? So that helps them to actually legitimize themselves, as individuals that this field is normally seen as an informal field.
Ad hoc.
Yeah.
No structure.
No structure.
But by engaging them as contractors through your platform, they're now regularized. They can get a statement to say, this is the work I do, this is how I earn. You know that song in primary school or when you were a child that said, I'm a promise, I'm a possibility. You are the living embodiment of a promise, of a possibility. Now, you mentioned the Dominican Republic, which is where you're going next, which is already sold out, people. So the Punta Cana trip, just another time. I know, right? But you're not stopping at Punta Cana. You're not stopping at the Dom Rep. This event that you were able to have on the weekend to bring all of your hard work together and to bring other people who are interested in the fruits of that hard work, you're going on and on. Tell me about what your plans are for the kind of networking and connectivity that you started.
All right. So Global Traders Connect is a networking event that seeks to bring entrepreneurs, day traders, investors together.
Yes.
And with that, we're basically, creating an environment where people can share knowledge with each other. So say, for instance, upcoming day trader or a vendor on the road wanted to start something, or they already had something going on, right? But they don't know how to scale it to that next level. So this event is basically an event for them to actually come out and meet all the right people within the right area and expertise and gain the knowledge, and motivation to actually go out and, okay, if I was saving my money under the mattress, I can start, open a bank account. This is the process, because normally, especially in Jamaica, it's very difficult to open a bank account, and at the event, we're showing people how to do this. We're showing people the correct things to say to the bank and how to communicate with them to ensure that they're compliant, so the bank, don't see them as high risk, because this industry and many industries are considered as high risk. Now, in terms of expansion plans, we started the event in Jamaica first. It's my home. And we're expanding into Latin America first. So we're going to Dominican Republic, Mexico. We've been to Panama in December, and we brought traders to Panama as well. And even that event, it highlighted, so much opportunities that we're actually offering to people, because even on that event, a lot of the persons that came with us, they have never been on a plane before, and when they went there, they were able to actually see the world. They were actually able to interact with the world, and they were able to actually come back and, have a broader vision of what they wanted to actually be in life.
Wider horizons, new experiences, and bring that home.
So, as I said, Mexico, Latin America, a lot of countries over there. We have a lot of events planned over there for the months to come. We have a lot of Caribbean countries that we're actually going to. We're going into America. We're going into, Europe as well. So it's just, based on recommendation and based on where our market is, because currently we're in about 26 countries, and we started 6 months ago.
I was just about to say, in 6 months, you already have members in over 20 countries. That's amazing. You talk about the events and how they bring people at different levels of their financial journey together in one place. I wanted you to talk about the resources that you brought to them. You mentioned persons, telling them, how to go to the bank in terms of KYC protocols. But tell us a little bit more about the expertise that you brought together in that room, the people that were there now that were giving the information. Okay,
so we brought bankers, for example, right? So you want to open a bank account, who best to hear from than a banker? So we brought bankers, we brought business coach. So Shudeen Ramsey was a business coach that was there. She does accounting as well. She has a firm that does accounting as well. And in order to open a bank account or scale to a certain level, you need to understand your expenses and your income. And that is where her service is there. And then she had a booth there as well. They were able to actually ask her questions when she was on stage as a panelist. They were able to actually go to her booth and also sign up and just get information, or any little query that they had, they were able to actually have that resolved. We had Dr. Velma Brown as a panelist, and she was also there in the crowd just interacting with everybody. She's a lawyer. She's been in the industry in terms of, as a legal professional and being a lawyer. She's a compliance officer for a lot of companies. She's on the board of many companies, real estate companies. She owns her own law firm. She does a lot of business law, right? And imagine being able to actually learn from somebody, as a beginner, for example. And I have to mention beginner because you're able to actually learn. Um, for example, when starting out, it's difficult to find certain money for a lot of people. Majority of people, it's difficult to find the money to pay. Yeah, that startup capital to even pay a lawyer. So you're able to actually come and get all of these advice basically for free. So it's just amazing. David Nunes is into private equity. So he's basically showing people how to actually, okay, I'm making this amount of money from this. How can I buy into different companies? So I might not need to start a company myself, but I can go ahead and just buy into a company, buy stocks into a company, and then just, watch it grow. So those are the the different people and the different advice people are able to actually get at the event.
So there are some people who have moved away from the mattress, and we have regular savings accounts. We've evolved a little bit, but I don't know if a regular savings account is enough. Is there advice for persons like that? Is there room to take a little more out of your regular saving and do something different, something better? I know investing is a thing, but what's your take? What would your advice be?
All right, so that is exactly the purpose of our company, right? Where you don't even need to spend your own money. So the thing is, you come to us and you have a skill, in terms of, for example, a day trader.
Okay.
Because this is the main focus of this specific company. But we have other companies too that we do, we provide seed capital. So you might have an idea, we will invest in the idea. But this specific company, which is Pro Traders Fund now, is that we're a performance evaluation platform. So you come to us and you're skilled in the trading market, whether it be stock, forex, options, it doesn't matter what it is. And you come and you say to us, hey, I'm good at this and I can perform on an account. We give you an account for you to test your skills. And once you perform well, you get hired as an independent contractor to manage your company's private funds. Now, with that opportunity, you're able to manage your funds risk-free, right? And you're able to actually keep a percentage of whatever profits you actually generate on, the account that you're provided with, right?
Okay.
So that is one way. And then, overall though, I'm an individual that has always been a firm believer in multiple streams of income.
Yes.
Is key. That is the key for you to, a long-lasting business, a long-lasting life. One stream of income is too close to zero, meaning a person might have a job and, for example, the COVID-19 pandemic, what happened? A lot of people were displaced.
Yeah.
So a lot of people in the pandemic were trying to find different ways to actually start making money now, and that is when they actually realized that, okay, I needed to have at least two or at least three streams of income. As I said, I'm a firm believer in having multiple streams, and everybody should have multiple streams.
Because I don't know if everybody hear what you're just saying, because you just sound so. The gentleman said you would not have to spend your money, and when you invest money that is not yours, and you make a profit off of the money that is not yours, you keep the profit. The company recovers a portion, but you keep the profit off of the money that is not yours.
And the funny thing about that too, right?
There's more.
Yeah, there's a lot more. If, for example, a person wants to start a business, it's so difficult for you to get even a loan from the bank.
Yes.
Or if a new beginner, a new trader wants to actually get into trading, a person might ask their mom, dad, a brother or sister.
For that initial money.
Yeah, for that initial money, and they will not get it even for the education because the industry is just not something that they're used to.
Yes,
right? But
yes.
It's an industry that has a very large, a very huge growth potential, where, as we even highlighted earlier, we have somebody that came on board, that they got evaluated, and they made over $1 million, $2 million, $3 million.
In a year?
Not a year, in like 2-3 months on the platform, So it wasn't even too long. They came, they got evaluated, they got hired, and they're making money. We make money when they make money.
We don't know how to feel. We don't know how to feel. We are a little stressed out. But that's remarkable. I think, what I'm hearing from you, Chavez, is that what you've done is disrupted a sector of finance that is risk averse to
Yeah.
your industry
Yeah.
and have created the space for persons who are willing to access the industry to benefit.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to access, many financial institutions would have been a barrier for access. You've disrupted that, and now persons who want to progress, want to be able to do well in the industry, now have that space
Yeah.
through your platform and the work that you've done. And because you've brought experts alongside you to authenticate and validate
Yeah.
your processes.
Yeah, and not only that, right? So we spoke just about the trading part of stuff right now, and then you even mentioned, and just reminded me, because you actually reminded me just now
And-
of the of the fact that we have lawyers, accountants, we have
Yes.
business coaches, we have marketers that are a part of the team. That if, for example, you have a business that you wanted to help, you wanted some investment in, it's an idea. You probably go to the bank, can't get a loan, family member don't believe in what you're doing. You come to us.
We do an assessment just the same.
Yeah, we do an assessment, you come to us. We've been there.
Right.
So therefore we are
More
willing.
compassion.
We have compassion, we're willing to, take the time to actually look at it and say, okay, we can create something bigger from this, and we make it happen.
No man, so I have to pause again, because the way how Chavez said it is that he's very nice, he's a businessman. Him say, yo, have an idea, you know the idea can work, you believe in it, you've worked the math forward and backwards, but the banks are not so confident. You can come to them with an idea. You don't have a business yet, it's an idea you have. And they will assess, and they're willing to take that risk that many formal institutions are not willing to take. If persons want to reach out to you, they want to have the opportunity to either, to be part of your platform, or to be able to access seed capital for small businesses, or to be funded for their ideas. Where do they go? How do they engage with you in order to have that opportunity?
Well, persons can actually follow me on Instagram at Pajama Billionaire. This is my social media. And, through the link in my bio, I have a link tree. All my contact information is there, the different pages. My email is admin@billionaireholdings.net.
Okay.
And, from that, my assistant will, respond. I look at the emails too. So I'm very active in my business. I'm very active in each of the businesses that we have under the umbrella. And, we're here to help, we're here to listen, and we're here to provide guidance and funding to individuals that want to be funded.
Well, earlier today, Brittany, I think, summed up this conversation really well. She said, it's like people who wanted to do well was out in the rain. And then Chavez has come and created an umbrella, and we can all come underneath the umbrella, and together we can get shelter from the rain. And I think that was such a beautiful analogy, because isn't that what we all need to be for each other? When we have, because another day somebody else might have a different kind of umbrella, some other kind of support, but each one helps one.
And it's just so funny, right? That even here, just sitting back, because while I would like to talk about so many things, I have so many stories, right? And all of the stories majority of them are so painful, because I remember, days when I would have wished somebody believed in me in some type of way, like no matter how much results I had, no matter how much proof I had that this worked, people still didn't believe at a point, right? So I just had to just refocus heavily and just further believe in myself, and it is a situation that it can break you sometimes. We have to be strong, right? And this is why I'm actually so willing and I'm so passionate about helping others, because I've been there and I know what a lot of people are going through right now, especially in business, especially on their trading journey. So this is why I try to provide education in whatever I'm in. So I started off as a day trader, made money trading, educated people on how to do the same thing, and then I decided, hey, let me start a fund to fund the people that I believe in, right? And then, okay, when I fund them, we're making money together. And then when we're making money together now, we can probably start businesses together. I'm a businessman as well, so with that, they can actually just be a part of the different things that we're actually doing. Next year, you might see a trader, a different trader, come up, a person benefiting from some type of business, and they can come and give business advice at the next Global Traders Connect event. And we have a community that fosters growth. So we have, different people, different industries in our community that people are able to actually go and learn from, and, just get different advice so that they can actually grow. So we're about growth in every aspect possible.
Yeah. When you are learning and you're trying, they'll call you a fool.
Yeah.
When you win, they call you a genius.
Yeah.
I think some people might still call you a fool, but there are many, many more. And sometimes the same people who now have to say, he's a genius, but it's the same people. As Jamaican people would say, turn sideways, make for talk.
Yeah.
And so what you have to do is to, as you said, you refocus on yourself. To close up this conversation, you've been through so much, as you said. Much of it is painful, but here you are after an amazing event with prospects across Latin America and the rest of the world. To somebody who is about to give up, who just thinks whatever they're trying, it could be trading, it could be something else, but they really just want to make a difference. They don't want to have the same life that they saw their parents had, that they see their peers have. They want more for themselves. What would your advice be to that person?
All right, so my advice to that person would be, and I said it at the event, you have to look at yourself, right? Look in the mirror. Just find, whether it be the restroom, the mirror in your room, even on your phone.
Yeah.
Just look in the mirror, analyze yourself, analyze all the positive and all the negatives, right? And okay, you see all the positive that you find, you try to work on them to make them better. All the negatives that you find, okay, you find the most negative, the least negative, and then you say, okay, cool, what do I need to better each one of these? And you want to always start from the worst and come down. And then with that now, you're basically able to utilize the strength to get where you want to get to, and then you're able to actually minimize the negative things that are holding you back from getting where you want to get to.
What about the voice in your head that just tells you that you'll never surmount your negatives, or the voices from people around you? You look around for just some support from somebody and it's just you.
Yeah, so the thing is, I had to learn this as well.
Yeah.
Don't take advice from people that are not where you want to be in life, So you only should listen to or take advice from people that are doing something that you want to do. They're there. You see a certain level of success that you actually want to achieve for yourself as well. If you're taking advice from somebody that is just sitting in their bed every day and telling you, hey, I'm not going to start trading, or hey, I'm not going to start a business or whatever, it don't make no sense.
They don't have the expertise to be able to advise.
They're not qualified.
They're not qualified.
You have to develop that qualification through starting something, and then you will take advice from them.
Well, if one person has taken their own advice, they've started something, perfected it, and now they're sharing it with the world, that person would be Chavez Allen. It was such a pleasure to have this conversation with you. All of the very best in your future endeavors. I'm Angelique Virtue. I'll see you next time.